Oh, you did not join. You did not join using your.
No, I've joined using my laptop.
Yes, yes.
I said I was late, so I'm not very ready with everything. Let me just
Oh,
open it.
okay, okay. So
Yeah, I think I'm set.
let me check if I can be able to pull it down.
I think I was open.
From my end and be able to share it. Let me see if I can be able to pull it down from my end and see if I can be able to share also.
You're seeing it.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. So I am just opening it in a few. Yeah.
The nozzle present.
But I don't see. Okay, this is the data set, but I did not. It doesn't have
No,
the conditionals, the
I
conditional formatting. Maybe you did not save.
I saved. I did not save.
Maybe you did not save the changes you made to the data, because I see you saved it as your name, with your name though, but there is no any conditional formatting into it.
Whatever I have, but I have it. I have it here.
You have it, so you can share your screen,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, I can share my screen.
Okay, share your screen, please.
Can share my screen.
And then you will later resubmit, yeah, the updated one, because the one I have, I see it's not having the conditional formatting.
So let's just get me through so that I can be able to share my screen.
You cannot see the permission? You cannot see the permission for sharing?
So yes.
Just check.
Oh,
Dennis,
that
can you see the permission for sharing the screen from your end?
entire,
Please check.
entire screen, yes, entire screen, yes.
Okay, okay, yeah, share. Okay, okay.
You can be able to see it now.
Yeah. Yeah, we can see it. We can see it. That's nice. Yeah, we can see it.
Let me open let me open the question.
Yeah, you open with the questions as well, so that all of us, we can know, yeah, what we were dealing with.
So I submitted the wrong thing.
Scroll up. I think there is assignment. Yeah,
Day
that
2.
one. Yeah, session 2. Yes.
So I submitted the wrong thing.
Yeah, you submitted the one that you had not saved. But no problem. Just proceed with start with the question by question and how you did it, so that those who are not able to get the assignment, we can be able to reshare the assignment again, and from there they will be able also to do the work.
So the exact data that one was shared.
Yes.
So from the data that was shared, you were supposed to answer. There were about seven questions. So on question number 1, we have highlight dates in the current month. Select the entire column on the date. Go to the Home tab. Click on Conditional Formatting. New row. Select Use Formula to determine which sets the format. Then entire formula. Basically, these were supposed to show months that were not of May. That is according to my understanding.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So you highlight the column that has the date. Then you go to the form. Then you click on conditional formatting. And there will be the conditional formatting.
Drag that the stop sharing and remove it. Yeah, remove it from your view so that you can be. No, don't click on stop sharing. Just drag it and place it somewhere else. Yeah. Yeah, drag it. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So conditional formatting. You can conditional formatting. Then you go to new rules. Then on new rules, format. Then when you click on use formula to determine which cells to format, we had a formula that was provided. So when you copy that formula, then you click on format. You click on format to choose a color that will help you know when the particular dates of the month will be filled by the color, but the ones that are not of May will not be filled by the color. So you click on format, you choose the color, then you click on OK, again, and then on the column, then it will fill the dates. Then it will leave out the dates that are not part of the formula. They will not be filled by the column. So I think after I did that, I managed to get two rows out of the old data, out of the old column that were not filled. But all of the others were part of the month, but only two are not part of that.
Yeah, so Richard, first of all, did you check if your column known as date is actually date? So first of all, the first thing you should do, you should check if your column is date. The type for the data in your column is date. So maybe you close, first of all, the new formatting rule dialog, you close it, and then you select the whole column, click on column A, and then go to under your home, you see it is general. Under numbers, you see it is general. So first of all, change it to date.
I'll change it to date.
Yeah, short date. Change it to short date.
Short date. Yes.
Yeah, so, and then first of all, you have to clear your rule, clear that rule. So you can clear that rule under manage rules, or if you clear rule, it will clear everything. So just clear the manage, go to manage rules so that you can remove one, because when you go to entire, it will remove everything that you already
selected.
So go to, no, yeah, even the selected cell, yeah, go with that one, that option, yes. And then now you can repeat the procedure now to see, because you see now there it is now under number is detecting it as date. And then now you can redo conditional formatting.
Conditional. So I go to conditional formatting, new rule, then use formula to determine which. Then I go to my provided data. I go to the question. Then I pick the formula. Okay, I go to OK. I paste the formula. Then I go to format.
So sorry, please, before you proceed, I want you to remove the the quotes, the beginning and the ending quotes for the formula. Yeah, the formula should not have the quotes. So remove also the ending quote. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I go to format. When I choose a field color, I choose yellow. Okay. Click OK. Yeah. I still get the same result as I had before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because we expect the output to be dates that are not the custom date that are not of the same month. So I don't know how your machine is detecting, your Excel is detecting the dates there, the format, but the format, the data is that the first is month, the second is the day, and then the last one is the year. So when you check, if you follow that procedure, it should have left row 9. Should have left row 9 out. Yeah, row 9 out, because row 9 is the only cell that that has that. So you can, that does not contain the months of the same the dates from not May.
Wow.
So
is leaving row 8.
yeah,
I don't know why.
okay. So you can further you can first of all select the column. You can go again to the date and then go to custom, go to the drop down, and scroll down to custom.
Short dates.
No, scroll down and check if there is custom
Custom date.
Go to more number formats so that you can check which format. So check the format there, which format is that, and so you can just convert to one format that is familiar with your machine, and then you can now be able to repeat the process there.
It's a format. Then on the sample, it's still showing the same thing. That is 314. That is the month, date, and the year. So this is
so
what is US.
That's what we expect.
Or it's supposed to be UK again.
Yes, Moses, you're requesting for the data. The data was shared via email, but I can still reshare the data. So Richard, you will take some time to figure out about that, so that the date can be detected as actually the normal date, and then we can be able to do the conditional formatting for dates that are not in that particular month.
Yes,
but let me reshare the data before we proceed with the other colleagues so that they can also practice. So I think we already have the data for everyone. If I reshare from the emails we have, I think I will be able to get the. Is there anyone who is not, who feels we don't have the email for maybe who is joining us for the first time? Is there anyone who is joining us for the first time? Okay, so you can proceed, Richard. Just proceed, and then we'll be able to help you solve that issue for that. But you can proceed.
So on the second question, it was select the entire column, customer ID duplicate. People to find out if we had any duplicates on the customer ID. So let's select the entire column that is customer ID. Then go to Home tab, click on conditional formatting, highlight sales rules, duplicate values. Then we choose a color that when you click on OK, it will pick on those customer IDs that are duplicate. So I click on the same. I click on my column B, then I go to conditional formatting, and I click on highlight cell rules, then I go to duplicate values, then I choose a color, a field color, choose a field color. In this case, I have chosen which color. light red. Then I click OK. So I think that one is correct.
Okay, so maybe is there a question, colleagues, on how to detect duplicates in your column? Duplicate in a particular column. Is there a question? That's what Richard has shown us as the next part of the exercise. So if there is no question on how to detect duplicates, Richard, you can proceed with the next task.
Okay. The other one was on gender. So on the gender column, we needed to identify the male with a different color from the female. So we select the whole column, gender column, then we go to conditional formatting, then new role, then format only cells that contain, then equal to, then male. Then now
Richard,
you go to
sorry, Richard, is the background from your end, or is someone is on unmute?
just a minute.
Okay, you can proceed, Richard. Yeah, just.
I think we are okay now.
Yeah, we are okay now. You can proceed. Thank you so much.
They are my kids. So we go to condition. We highlight the column on gender. Then we go to conditional formatting. Then we go to new roles. Then we click on format only cells. Format only cells. Then we go to equal to. Then male. On that space we type male. Then we click on the format color that we will want to have our cells formatted. So I had picked that color, I think so. And when we pick the specific color, and when we click OK, then we click on OK again. So we have all the male items in one color. Then we repeat again for the female. So we have it also highlighted. Then we go to conditional formatting. We go to new role. Then we go to format on the cells. Then equal to. Then we type the female. Then we choose a color. I think the chosen again is green. Green. Okay. Then we click OK again, and we have the female highlighted. So I think that is what we are supposed to achieve. Am I clear?
Yes, Richard. That's okay. So, colleagues, you can check if you can be able to see the data set and the questions in your email. We have just sent it out, so you can check those who don't have the assignment. But Richard is doing a great work. So in case you have a question before Richard proceeds, please let us know. So Richard, you can proceed.
You can proceed to the other one now.
Yes.
Number 4 is number 4. This was on the quantities. Select the entire highlight quantities. Select the entire quantity column. Go to the conditional formatting, new role. Then select. In this case, we wanted to see the cells that are more than 50. The values that are more than 50. So we select quantity, selected quantity. Then we go to conditional formatting in the row. Then we select on cells. Yes. We look on format only. Format only cells that contain. Then we come to this one. Then we choose that are greater than. Then on this one we type 50. We type 50. Then we give it a format. Then we go to our colors, the fill color, and we can give it a color. We give it a color like that. Then we click OK. And then OK again. And then that way now it shows we only have 3 figures that are more than 50, 100, 60, and 70. I think that one is okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Is there a question from the call? Yeah, so the same way you can be able to also filter out, highlight out the data that is less than a particular number, or sometimes you can select which one is between a particular range. The same approach. Okay, so you can proceed, Richard.
Yeah, you can see number 5. In 5 we have the price ranges. Select the entire column price, go to conditional formatting, color codes. Then choose a 3 color scale to show low, medium, and high values. So in this case, we want to sort out the data that we can be able to know which are the highest price, the medium prices, and the low prices. So we go to our data, then we click on price, then we go to conditional formatting, and we have color scales. Then we choose 3 colors that will be able to show the one that has got low, medium, and high. So we choose this one. I am not very sure whether I achieved what I was supposed to achieve.
Yes, Richard. We cannot get you clearly. The last part.
I said on this one, I am not very sure whether I achieved what I was supposed to have achieved.
So read the question again. Go to the question.
The question says, is number 5, price ranges. Select the entire column under price. Go to Home tab. Click conditional formatting, then color scales. Choose a 3 color scale to visually differentiate between low, medium, and high prices.
Okay. So go to your
the color scales
so
yes. The
Yes.
color scale to show the low, medium, and high prices.
Okay, so the step is to go to conditional formatting.
That is after selecting the whole column.
Yes.
Select the column, go to conditional, then color scales.
Yes. So from there you select the 3 number color scale.
So any of these are 3.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it will highlight them based on, you can go to even more rules, and you can take control of just go to conditional formatting under color scale. You can go to more rules.
Yes.
And from there you can see now the 2 number color scale and the 3 number color scale there. Format style, you change it to 3 number color scale.
Yes.
And then from there now you can see are we looking at the lowest value, the minimum value, the middle color, and you can change even the highest color there. The colors that you want. Yeah, so then you click OK. So that's how we do. Yeah, so like that.
Okay, fine.
So every number will be formatted based on its value size. Every cell
type.
will be formatted based on
I
its
think
value sign.
that is where I was having a problem.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm okay now.
Okay, that's okay. You can proceed now to the last one.
So we have the average, above average. Select entire column on amount. We go to Home tab, click conditional formatting, new row, use formula. Then we choose the field color. This one is we are trying to see the average amount, above average amount. So we go to amount. You click on the entire column, and you go to conditional formatting, then new row, then use formula. Then when you use you click on use formula, there's this part here that was supposed to do the formula. We go back to our assignment. We click on the formula. Then we remove the open. Then we choose format. We choose a field color. Then we click OK. Then we click OK.
So yeah. So up to there, I think though it's doing the way you want it, but from the assignment you are told that to adjust columns accordingly. To adjust your range accordingly based on your data. So you can see that one is also a kind of a trick, because you see the range there in the formula is B2, and the column that you are working on is not B2. So you are to adjust the range as necessary based on your data. So you have to go to your Excel, and in the formula, you adjust the formula. You adjust your formula to read L instead of B. And then you, based on the data that you have, for example, in this case, you have 1 to 21 rows. So you have to adjust your data accordingly. So you start by adjusting the column to read column L, and then everything to read column L, and then you adjust just adjust that L, and then also the last one also L instead of B. And then now you also adjust the range of your data, because you see in your data, some things have not been highlighted, like some other values have not been highlighted and they're above average. So that means that the formula was not working well. So adjust also the cell range for the last L, the absolute range. So adjust that 10 to 21, because that is the last observation we see in your data. And then now you can choose the format. Yeah, you can now choose the format and choose another color so that we see changes. Choose another color, please, so that we see the changes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so that's the procedure that was supposed to be followed. In this case, the assignment was giving you step by step, but if you want to learn more about conditional formatting, you can go to our YouTube channel and you can be able to get a playlist on conditional formatting. All these things you can get there, and they can help you maneuver data using conditional formatting. So conditional formatting, it helps you to easily view where the errors are. And the last part is about emails. So if you have a lot of emails, you can be able to highlight the type of emails that are not in particular format that you want it to be. And so these things, it's very important for us to learn conditional formatting because it helps us to detect duplicates, to highlight particular cells based on their values and stuff like that. So please, I would like to confirm if you've received the assignments now, colleagues, for those who had not received. If you did not, unless we don't have your email, you can share your email in the chat section so that we can be able to send it to you, so that you can redo the assignment the best way you can, and then you can be able to share the assignment. We will send you the link where you'll share the assignment. It's just the same as the link for assignment 1. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So thank you, Richard, for taking us through this, because it seems majority of our team, they do not manage to get the assignment in good time. But we are hoping that you have to send assignment 1 and also assignment 2, so that we can see if we are progressing well or not, so that we can know if we are progressing well or not. Okay. So you can stop sharing. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Kipiegon, I've just sent to your email. Yeah, so up to there, we can now proceed and look into something else. So from previous session, can someone just remind me, did we share out any data set? Did we share out any data set known as dashboard? Can someone just remind me, because we have a lot of classes, so I may fail to know if it was this or not. So you can remind me if I shared a link that you click and download a data set known as dashboard. Can someone remind me about that? Do you have that data set known as dashboard data?
Dashboard is a link.
So let me reshare the link again so that we can have the data. And I want one of us to, yes?
I don't have. I don't have the.
Yeah, I'm sharing the link so that we can download the data. I'm sharing the link where you can just click and get the data so that you can work on the same data. So just check the chat section. Check the chat section. So you just click on the link and you'll get the data that we are going to use to learn about for those who are asking the assignment, you can be able still to request the assignment via the link we will share here for the feedback. But I'm trying as much as I can so that you can be able to get it. So for those who have already requested, I think you already have. If you don't have, you'll still raise it in the feedback link. Please ensure you fill the feedback form that will be here, which will also mark the attendance, and also we ensure that you get any resource that is aligned with the assignment that you're going to give out. Yeah, so up to there. So anyone who has managed to download the data, because once you click the link, it should be able to pull the data to your downloads. So I want one of us today to lead us in data visualization using Microsoft Excel. So if you have your laptop, we want I want someone else, Richard. Thank you so much, Richard, for your input and being active as well. So last week, Grace led us through the session for reviewing the assignment for week 1. So today has been Richard, and I think it could also be nice if Mercy, you can lead us today exploring data visualization. So if you have your laptop, we will lead you so that we can be able to, all of us, learn. So if you have your laptop, you can just open the data and then you can share now your screen. once you've opened your data in Excel. So in the previous class, we learned about how to import data into Excel. The assignment itself also requested that you import data. You import data into Excel. So once you import data into Excel, it will now be detected well than opening it in another format that it can be able to lose the data. So we request that whenever the assignment says to import, you import. If it is to fetch data from the web, you fetch data from the public web. But Mercy, can you confirm if you can be able to lead us today?
Okay, I think I'm getting an error from my end. I don't know.
Yes.
It's saying I can't share my screen.
Okay. But you see the button for sharing the screen?
Yes, it is active actually. But once I try to share that screen,
yes,
it's giving me that error of.
Can you leave and come back? Just take
Okay,
1 minute.
let me
to
just
leave.
try to leave and come back and see.
Yeah. Okay. So I want also to share at the same time to share the feedback form in the chat section. So please remember to fill in your details so that we can be able, and also your feedback, of course, so that we can be able to know how are our sessions, because we usually give out assignments as well and require feedback so that we can be able to know, because we usually note the feedback so that we know how best we can improve the coming sessions. So we still have 2 more sessions to go in the coming weeks. So shared with you is the feedback form in the chat section, just in case. So Mercy, once you are back, you let us know, because you may not know when you are back. Let's check. So today we are looking at how we can visualize data using Microsoft Excel. In the previous sessions, we've been looking at how to deal with formulas, how to deal with functions. But before we go to the in-depth visualization of data, as we wait for Mercy to come, I want to confirm, everyone, you can raise your hand to confirm if you have already downloaded your data. Raise your hand so that we can see if you've managed to get the data set. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, you can lower your hands now as Mercy
Are you
shares.
able to see my screen?
Yeah, we can be able to see it. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yeah, so this data is the form cannot be accessed. Sorry, let me enable that one because I think it's from my side, because it's for the organization. So I have to enable everyone. Okay, so I think it's now. You can refresh. Okay, it will be okay. Sorry about that. The assignment cannot be downloaded. I think we'll be able to sort that later. So let's proceed with the visualization.
Okay.
So that data is about a particular restaurant that is in different countries. So we are going to explore this data to know the countries that the restaurant has branches in, and the products, different products that the restaurant offers, and what were some of the units sold, what were the revenues, the cost, the profit, and of course the debts for each. So the first thing that we need to do with data, this data is in a range, is in terms of a range. So we want it to be detected as a table. So you click anywhere in your data, anywhere in your data, and then you format your data as a table. So you go to under styles, you go to format your data as a table, you click on the drop down, and you select any table that you want, that you feel it's okay with you. So check that the data has headers. you must check that your data has headers. My data table has headers, and then you click OK. So it will be able to format your data based on how your color will be like. Can you select anywhere in your data and click on Control A? Anywhere in your data, Control A. So it is
Yes.
leaving out. It's already a table. It's already formatted as a table. You can see once we have the drop downs at the top.
Yeah. Yes,
means
this
that-
one.
Yes. So
Okay.
that one means it's already in a table form. So we can proceed with it.
Okay.
But when you want to highlight all your data at the same time, you Control A to select
Ah.
everything of it once you've clicked anywhere in your data range.
Okay.
Okay. So from there, we want to start by learning simple tricks. We want to start. I want you to open a new sheet. I want first of all to rename the sheet rename that sheet to data. Rename that sheet 1 to data. Rename it to data. And then you open a new sheet. Okay. So I want us to know how many countries do we have. We want to list all the countries that we have in our data. So you just go back to the sheet 1. Just call sheet 1 summaries. Sheet 1 summaries. Call it summaries, because sometimes we may want to know how many of these do we have. So summaries. So go to cell A1 and write. Go to cell A1 and write there country. Country. Okay. So go to cell A2. Cell A2. So what we want to do,
Huh?
we want to use a formula known as unique.
None.
We want to use a formula known as unique.
Okay.
Unique to fetch all the countries that are unique in our data. So you say equal to. Every formula or every function in Excel starts with equal. So you write equal to. I think your Excel is limited. Your Excel is limited. This is 20 what?
This is 2010 actually. I think it is not having that functionality.
That Excel is really limited.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Can it work, or if we can write manually,
You
can it work?
try to type something else. Try to type VLOOKUP. Does it have VLOOKUP?
Yeah.
Okay. Try to type try to type text split. It has only text. Okay. Oh, okay. I see it's limited actually.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's really limited. So it will
So we
give us
can.
hard time.
Okay. Let me just allow someone
So we
else
can
to
just
share
yeah.
the screen.
So yeah. So so let's try to just not use unique. We will allow someone else to do, but I want us to go to, just delete that one. Just go to the data tab. Just go to the data tab, the data sheet. So we see there we have a lot of countries. I wanted us not to use pivot tables for beginning, because we can be able to fetch that data using pivot table. But I wanted us to know how we can use formulas to do that. So I just want you to use a pivot table to help us only to detect, to see how many countries do we have. So go to insert. Go to insert, and then after that, you can go to the pivot table. So click on pivot table. So once you are at the pivot table,
Okay.
table range is calling it what? Data or what?
Table 1.
Table 1. Yeah, that's okay. So it's
Yeah.
table 1, and then
Yeah.
the new worksheet. We want to open a new worksheet. So just new worksheet. So just click on
I
OK.
click OK.
Yeah, click OK.
Okay.
So once we are there, we select country and take it to rows. Country under the pivot table field list. Drag it to row tables, row labels down there. Row labels. So with that, we can be able to see how many countries do we have. And I want us to be patient. Why are you? Because we're using your screen to learn. So don't want you to to move up and down, and yet you are still
Okay.
your screen to explain everything that everyone needs to know. So
Okay.
drag profit to values. So by that we can be able to know this is pivot table, but I didn't want us to start from pivot tables, but we are going to start here, and then I'll show you how we can use the formulas also to populate the same, because it's also good to know the dynamic formulas are dynamic. You can be able to also do a lot of things with them. So here we can be able to see the sum of profit per country, and we see we have how many countries? We have 5 countries,
Yeah.
right? So I
Yes.
want you to copy the countries. I want you to copy the countries just the way they are selected there. Copy that and go to your summaries. Go to your summaries sheet. But I wanted us to fetch that using unique, but now I will show you later how to fetch using unique. So paste there under countries from A2, paste there. So go to what's wrong? Is it your machine or what?
No, I just wanted to make the content to fit into that column.
Yeah, we learned that in the previous
Yeah.
class. So can
Yes.
someone remind us how we learned? Were you here with us?
Yes. I
Yeah,
think
show us.
we were supposed to you go to that sheet, then you right click, then you go to view code. Then under this section we have general, so you check on this drop down, you select the worksheet, and you're supposed to write that formula. I don't know if I can't remember, but let me just write. Is it sales dot entire column dot out of it? You can correct me. Don't know if I'm correct with that
So can
formula.
colleagues confirm that? Because we've been in this session from session 1, so I want our team to confirm if it is okay. Richard, you want to talk? Is it okay?
I use a different formula. Let me see whether it works.
Once
So
you are
that one
done,
is
I think
okay.
you're supposed.
Yes. Okay.
Is it
Once you
okay
are
or
done,
sorry?
once you are done,
You close that window, and then you check. Let me just try writing other things if it is fitting to that cell. Yeah, so it is working.
okay. So I want you to write their profit. So
Okay.
B2, B1 write their profit. So we want to use formula to be able to also see what pivot table has done. So
Okay.
under cell B2, so type there, we want to use sum if. We want to use sum if to populate the sum for each country. So try to, if you have some if
This
cannot
one is
miss any.
there. We
Yeah,
can't
some
miss
if.
some.
Yeah, so select sum if, and then you open your parentheses, you go to your sheet known as data, go to your sheet known as data.
Okay.
And then click on A2, click on A2, click on A2, not the A2 the cell, not the whole row. A2 the cell, yes. And then
Okay.
I want you to select all data up to down. So I want you to use Control Shift drop down, the arrow key for moving down. So Control Shift at the same time, drop down.
Okay.
Control Shift at the same time, drop
I've
down. It will be able to
selected.
select everything up to down.
Okay.
Colleagues, are we together? Because we are working with others, so we want to find out if we are all together. So we have said that we want to calculate the profit for each country, and we are using the sum if, the same way we used the pivot table. So we want to produce the same using the sum if. So we have said you go to A2 for the country, and you Control Shift at the same time, and also you click on the drop down arrow on your keyboard.
Yeah.
And then from there you put a comma.
I
So
put
that
a
there's some comma.
yeah
Put a
on
comma
top.
on, yeah, there.
Oh,
Put a
okay.
comma. So what we have been able to do is to select the range.
Okay.
We have selected the range. So you go back to your summary, and under summary we are selecting India. So select the column for India, the cell for India. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we are doing there is now we want to start by computing the total profit for India, because you see in the whole data we have India. So we are fetching everywhere we have India. We want to sum all that profit. We are
Okay.
using the sum. So you start by selecting the range, and then you select the criteria. As you can see there is range, criteria, and then the sum range. So
Yeah.
once you have selected the criteria, you put a comma, and then you go to the sum range. So sum range, you go back to your data sheet, and select the profit column. So you go to A, that is what your Excel doesn't show. Okay, anyway, yeah, there we go. So it is F2. So F2,
Yeah, it is F2.
then you Control Shift,
Then
Control
drop
Shift,
down.
yes, Control Shift drop down to select everything under that column, and then you close your sum if function with the closing parentheses. You close that. So you can hit on your enter, and now compare that value for India with the value for India for the dashboard. Dashboard is sheet 2.
Sheet
Your
2,
dashboard,
yeah.
your pivot table is sheet 2.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is the same.
Yeah.
450,816.15.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
can see from this other computation, it's the
Yes.
same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's how we do using the formulas to populate the same. So we can drag down, we can apply that thing going down, drag down. You are not copying, hope you are not copying, is dragging
Yeah,
down.
I'm not copying.
Okay. So it will be able to adjust based on the name of the country. When you drag down, because our criteria is not absolute, when you go to the formula, the criteria there is not absolute. A2 is not absolute. So it can be able to change. It is relative. A2 is relative, it does not have dollar signs. So you can be able to, when you drag down, it will be able to change. You can go to cell A3, cell B3 to see that it is changing to A3.
Yeah, it is A3.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how we get we fetch data from a whole data. So up to there, I want another person to, up to there, Mas, you can stop sharing. I want someone to help us populate the same using the products. We want to know the profit per product.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
profit.
you.
Thank you, Mercy.
Okay.
Yeah. So who is ready to show us how we can populate the same using the pivot table and also using the formula for the products, because products are also categories, are also categorical. And then we want the profit per product. Who is ready to show us that? You can raise your hand, please. We are learning while practicing at the same time. Who is going to show us that? Fidel. Fidel, are you there? Fidel?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes. Can you be able to share your screen?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we can see your screen now. We can see your screen. So just dismiss and then go to your Excel. Yeah. Okay. Now you can show us how we can get the summaries for the product per each profit for the products.
So should I first start with the pivot table?
Yeah, you can start with the pivot table. Yeah. So that we shall just compare and see if our formula is working well.
I have a question.
Yes, Samuel. You can explain. Fidel, stop,
Yes,
please. Yes, proceed,
because
Samuel.
I was to ask.
Fidel, wait. Yeah, Fidel, wait, and let's hear from Samuel.
Okay, I was asking
Yes, Samuel.
because I see Fidel's Excel is a bit is among the latest. Maybe
Yes.
you can show us how to populate the same using formulas.
Yeah, we will show you. I will show you when we go there. Yeah, I will show you. Thank you so much for reminding me that, Samuel. I will
Okay.
show you how we can use Unique to populate. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, so Fidel, start with the pivot table. Please go back so that we can know how you you tell us every step that you've done. Control Z to go back. Okay.
So I clicked on the table. Then I went to insert, click on insert, then pivot table. Then I can see that it has selected the whole table. Then I can hit OK on a new worksheet. Then it will open a new worksheet.
Okay, proceed
So
now.
we are going to use the country column. So I'm going to drag it.
This time we are using product.
Oh, we're using product.
Yeah, not country. Yeah, so you can remove it. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so we are using the product. So I drag it to the row section. Then the values.
Values, take profit. We want to check the profit for each product.
Okay. Yeah, so then I drag the profit to the values section. So then you can see the pivot table, the profit for the products for chocolate, chip, fortune cookie, oatmeal.
Yeah.
So then I have another sheet here. Let me just open another worksheet.
I want us to use Unique to fetch the countries, from the main data sheet. So I don't know how you know your main data sheet.
My Excel does not have the unique formula.
That is Excel what? Oh, I see it's not activated.
2016. Yes.
I see it's not activated. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, but we'll help you activate maybe later after this session. We can activate later after the training. Okay.
Okay.
So I think I will I think I will show you how to use Unique, but proceed until we get the product. Proceed until we get the product using the formula. Yeah.
So what should I do next?
Yeah, so go to the pivot and copy the type of products that you have. To the pivot data, copy the types of products that you have.
Why can it not
Cancel,
copy?
cancel that. Yeah, so highlight first of all. You can just highlight all, you'll delete grand later. So just highlight copy that, and then go to your sheet that you created, where you can be able to. That's why we usually recommend naming your sheets. It is easier for you to know which sheet are you working on. So you can just give their name at the top. Name for that one, you call it product, and then you go to B1, you will call it profit. Profit, yes. So remove grand total, remove that grand total. So we said you can adjust using the VBA code. You can adjust your sheets, your column sheets automatically. So maybe you can help us also do that for those who have joined us now.
So maybe I can show you step by step. So you right click on your sheet, then you go to view code. Then you select here worksheet. Then you're going to paste here the code. I think I have the code here. Here it is. Just going to. I think now it's okay.
Yeah. Okay,
so we're going
you
to
can
use
now
the
use if, yes.
SUMIF.
Yeah, SUMIF. But I recommend you rename your sheets so that we can know which sheet is containing the main data. We recommend you rename your sheet so that we can be able to know, because when you rename your sheet, it's easily readable, even to someone else who will be coming to use your created template. Maybe you are working with formulas and functions, and you have to rename your main data. You rename your sheets, it becomes easier and easily readable. So rename that one to data. You can rename it to data or with whatever, but it should be main database. It should resemble something like that. So to rename the sheet, you right click on the sheet. Have you renamed the sheet?
I want to rename it.
Right click and then right click on the sheet. Right click on the sheet and then you'll see rename. Yes, and then now from there you can now give it a name. Yeah, okay. Then now you can go to where you are calculating. You can go to where you are calculating, and then you can rename.
How should I rename it?
Hello. Sorry, is the background from your end, Fidel, or?
I think so.
Oh, okay. So, okay, proceed.
What should I rename it? Yeah.
You already have summary there, so you can just call it product, or you can call it sum if you've already called it sum if is okay. So proceed now equal to, so sum if, and then now from there, now you go to the range from the data set, you go to the range from the data set. So the product range, the whole product range. So you said you go to cell B2, go to cell B2, and from cell B2, not the column for the profit, you start with the range where you want to fetch your categories.
Okay.
Yes, and then from there now you go back. You can go back, yeah, put a comma, and then you select the criteria. So criteria, you select cell A2, which is chocolate chip, and then you put a comma, and then now the sum range, you'll now go and select the profit. Okay, so you can now close you can go to your sum if sheet and then close, and then you hit your enter. You press your enter. So that means that there's something wrong with your function. So just go to your function. Let's see what's wrong with your function. So okay, you see it's referring to sum if, so it should refer to data set. So the first thing it should be equal to, I think you should not use even the name of the name of the formula to
Oh,
to refer
I
to
rename it.
it, because yeah, it will confuse everyone who is reading this, because now it's like you're calling a function and calling a function and calling a function every time. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then now you can now change, just change, please redo. I request that you redo.
Okay.
No, the equal sign should be on B2, cell B2, not B1. Not B1. Delete that, rename it to profit. The one we had for profit, rename it back to profit. Delete, first of all, the formula, because you cannot work with the equal sign. Okay, type their profit. Type their profit. And then now you can proceed with the sum if now there. You can now proceed with the sum if. And you can now refer to the range. You start with the product under the data set, the product column, comma, and then you select the criteria, comma, you select the criteria, which is the chocolate chip for that case, and then comma, then you put your sum range.
Why is it still returning a 0?
What's wrong? I see the product, that product. So I think I want you to type by hand. I think your reference is not working well when you reference to a particular sheet. It's still referring to the same sheet. So I want you to change the first products to dataset. The first product, the first name for the product, that one. Delete, right there, dataset. That is the sheet we are referencing to. And then we go to the second product is okay. The third product, you rename it to dataset. The third product, you rename it to dataset. And then now you hit your enter, you press your enter. And now you can drag down to apply to the other cells going down. You drag down to apply to other cells going down. Okay, up to there. So you can compare those values with the values you got from directly from the pivot table to check if they are okay, if they're the same. Richard, you can mute, please.
They're the same. They're the same.
Okay. Thank you so much. So, colleagues, do we see that? So don't stop sharing. Don't stop sharing. I want you to populate bar charts from that data that we have. So I want you to populate their bar chart from that. So highlight the two columns, and then go to your insert. Go to your insert, and then now you can select a bar chart from the top. Go to the top. You can go to recommended. Again, you can select there the chart that you want. So you can see recommended there is a horizontal bar chart. So we are not using the clustered. So you can just choose there the horizontal one. So you can choose between the colors, the one with more color with the colors, but we don't recommend that one. We don't usually recommend that one, as much as it may seem to be stylish, but it does not make sense. So let's proceed with the one with just one color, the one with just one color. And then now you click on OK, and you'll have populated your first chart, and you can rename profit to profit by product. You can still change if you want to view it in a vertical way. You can still also change, but just rename that to profit by product. Hope you're renaming the chart title, not the formula. Okay.
Is the chart title.
Okay. And then you can give the colors the way you want. You can go to add, you can go to the plus sign, which is the add chart element. You can now add the data labels onto it. If you want to see the data labels, if you want to remove the grid lines, you can add the data labels like that. You can add the axis title if you want, so that the axis title for the for the x-axis, you can rename it now to. You can now, you see the axis title there, you can now give the names to it, the names that you want. So that is products. The y-axis is products, and then the x-axis is the profit. The x-axis is the profit. The x-axis is the profit. Okay, yeah, so you can resize the way you want. You can do other things the way you want, but that is just the basics way of you to do that. You can change the chart type. Go to under design, there is chart, change chart type. You can change the chart type on your far, I will call it your right, far right. Chart type, not there. Changing the chart type, not
Far right.
the design. Yes, change chart type there. You can change back, click on it. You can change back to any chart, other chart that you want. You can change to, this is categorical data. We have made it categorical. So it's good for you to use categorical visualizations like the pie chart. But pie chart is not recommended when you have a lot of things to populate. But you can go to column chart. You can use the column chart. And as well, you see column chart, it will arrange it in the vertical manner, But still, you can also use the donut chart under pie chart. If you want a donut chart under pie chart, you can still go to pie chart and explore other ways of presenting data. So under pie chart, you can see the donut chart, the one with the circle in between. Yeah, that one. Yeah, so you can also still present it like that if you want, and you can add the data labels. So let's just maintain our column chart or our bar chart, simple chart. Let's maintain our column chart or bar chart, yeah. And then we can also go to under the add chart element, the plus. That plus, yeah, you can go there or just use the plus that is here, because it's just the same. You can be able to position, do the filter, add the legends to your data if it has colors onto it. If it is a continuous data, you can add trend line if you feel, but we are not using trend lines here because the visualization we are using is bar chart for categorical data. So you can add data labels. Go to data labels. Go to the data labels. Please use the plus sign that is here, because it is easier for people to understand than the other side. So the plus sign, click on the plus sign, then click on the data label. We have data table, not data label. Add the data table. So data table, there you can be able to see each product and it is corresponding. If we don't want to show the data labels, we can use the data table together with our chart. We can view our data table together with the chart. Yeah, so that is the simplest static chart that we can have. So suppose we produce the same in the pivot table. Before we go to the pivot table, can someone please, if you have a question, if you're left behind, please let us know, so that as we go to the pivot table, you can be able to know how to present a simple static chart like this one. This is the bar chart. If there is no question, so Fidel, you can go to all those things you can explore later, Fidel. You can explore later. There's a lot you can do in charts. You can do a lot. So we have also I think Fidel, sometimes you'll have to mute because of the background that you have, the background noise. Yeah, but I want you to go to the pivot table. So under pivot table, yes, Mohammed. Yes, Mohammed. Do you have a question? Please ask. Fide, Mohammed, do you have a question? Please ask. If you don't, you can unmute and ask if you have a question. If you don't, we will just proceed. Omar, your hand is up. Okay, so we can produce with the, we can proceed with the visualization using the pivot table that we produced. So go to the pivot table. So you click anywhere in your pivot table, anywhere in your pivot table. So go to analyze at the top, on top of your Excel ribbon. You'll see analyze, design. At the top, there is analyze there. So go to analyze. So when you go to analyze, you go to the almost the far end right, there is pivot charts, tools, pivot charts, pivot charts. So you click on the pivot charts, and then there you can be able also to populate the same chart like we had. So you can produce, this time around, use a column chart and not a bar chart. So the difference between column chart is that the column chart is vertical, while bar chart is horizontal. So you can always stretch your chart the way you want. You can stretch it as long as it does not miss its meaning. So when you produce charts with the pivot table, you will always see field buttons. Field buttons are things like sum of profit and product. So we usually remove the field buttons by right-clicking on any of the field button, and you hide all field buttons on the chart. So you can give the chart title, give a title to the chart. Of course, it's the same as the one we had there, maybe profit by product or product by profit. It should not be product by profit, should be profit by product. Okay, yeah. Then from there, now we have renamed that. You can still just rename directly from the chart. Someone should not be worried, where am I going to type in the formula bar? So you can just type directly from the chart section, yeah. And then you can remove the legend, which is showing a total. Legend is the additional, that's the legend, sample legend. So you can remove that. So what makes us use pivot chart, recommend utilization of pivot chart, is that the charts for the pivot are dynamic. Unlike the charts for the formulas, they are not dynamic. So in this case, we can be able to insert slicers. For example, we insert slicer here known as country. So go to your analyze tab under the chart ribbon. I think you should see the slicer, insert slicer, click on insert slicer, and then check on country, so that you can be able to visualize each profit in each country. So click OK. Anyone who is left behind, so take it in another position, put it in another place, so that you can be able to see how your chart will be dynamic. Okay, so anyone who is left behind, so you can click any of the countries and we will be able to view the profit by product by that country that you will have selected. So select a country. So that profit we are viewing there is for, so we can maybe add the data labels to our chart so that you can see the exact values for. Just close that and then click on the plus and then check data labels. So under data labels, show data call out. Go to the button there, the button in front of the data label. There's a button in front of a data label. You can go to data call out. So that's how you can add the data call out. You usually see some other charts that call out data like that. So you can click anywhere outside that region and you will be okay. Click anywhere outside that chart. Yeah. So that one we are able to see for India. Of course, this one now will be applying for India. So you can go to Malaysia and select also like that. You can go to Philippines and see. So you can see the profit by product by country for each country and not the overall. And then you can still remove the filters by, there is a filter cancel there. So you can remove, you click on it. Yeah, that button, you click on it and then it will have regained everything to its original, the overall profit by product and not by country. So that's how we visualize data using the pivot chart, pivot table, and then we do pivot charts. So up to there, I think Fidel has learned a lot, and we want to give another opportunity to someone else as well. So thank you, Fidel, for showing us how we can be able to do that. Thank you so much. So the next thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Mohammed, do you have a question? Because we want someone else also to present on revenue. What we have done, we want someone else to do for revenue. Yes, Mercy?
I think before we continue,
Yes.
can we have someone who is having a newer version of Office to do the
A new one?
formula?
Okay,
which one? The one which has unique formula,
Okay.
so that we can also learn.
Okay. So
You can share yours.
I think I want to share my screen. Let me share my screen, and then we can be able to learn from that. I think I can just be able to share my screen, and we can be able to that. So I have a lot of windows, but I have a lot of windows here, but I think we can be able to, we'll be able to see. Yeah. So I think we can see my screen. Are we able to see my screen? So I just wanted to do using the unique function to filter out the country. Can you see my screen?
Yes, you can proceed.
Okay. So for example, I have here a column known as country that is categorical. We usually do this for categorical data. Sometimes we may want to fetch the name of our employees, name of patients, to just check the unique, to fetch out the unique entries in a particular data. So while handling data, there is a lot that you can do with your data. So for me, I'll control shift. I just write unique function, and then I control shift and then the drop down to select everything in the country. And then I'll go back to the top and I will just close, because a unique function does not even have a lot for you to do. So it will return an array. It will return an array. You see the way it is highlighted, it is an array. So that's what unique does. It saves a lot of time for you to start looking into this data one by one to filter out the unique values. So you just use the unique and you'll be good to go. So you can advance your Excel. My Excel is Excel 2021. You can advance your Excel and you can be able to save time also using some of these functions, like the one we usually use, like text to split text to columns. Like you see when I just type text, there's a lot of functions here. So we have split, not split text. So is text, there's a lot of formulas here that we can be able to use in Excel, and we learned about text to column using the navigation. Hope we still remember how to separate data when we have, for example, when we have beyond, let me just use beyond, comma, data, comma, statistics, beyond data. So when you want to separate them to different columns, we learned that. So you can revisit our previous class to learn how to separate these to different columns. So I want someone else to lead us to be able to populate each revenue for each country, revenue for each country. Hope we are also populating that, because at the end of it all, we need to build a dashboard. So let me hope that we are all doing what we are doing. So I want someone to help us populate revenue and country. So who is ready to lead us? Who is ready to lead us? Who is ready to lead us? Amos, are you with us?
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah, do you have your laptop?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, you can share your screen. And the next thing will be cost. So I think someone else of a different gender will also lead us. So Faith, don't leave the call. Faith, Kahindi, don't leave the call. Just prepare to show us on how we can be able to populate the one for cost, the one that Amos is going to show us. So Amos, please proceed and share your screen.
Just a minute.
So there is a feedback form in the chat section. So ensure that you fill in your details so that we can send assignment to your email, so that we don't experience things that we experienced in the last meeting, because some were not able to get the assignment. So you can share your feedback there, and we'll be able to have your assignment. So Amos, share your Excel.
Just a minute.
Okay. Just click on dismiss for that. Yeah. Then you can go to your Excel. Okay. So just show us how we can be able to produce with the pivot, the pivot tables, and also using the formula. You can talk, please, so that we can know what you're doing. Maybe someone has joined us for the for the first time, maybe, so they can also know that what we are doing. Okay.
I will do the pivot. Is, the cost. Sorry. Just the cost has to be in the values. Then is it country or
Country.
country? Sorry. Country will be in the rows. Then sum of course that is for the pivot. Then on the
Yes,
in the
yes.
formula, okay, I can name this will be pivot. Then for formula, this for the cost formula. I'll copy this. Copy. Then paste it here.
Your Excel also does not have the unique, right?
Yeah, it doesn't have the unique.
Okay.
So I'll put here the formula that is equal sign. Sum if the range of data is actually This country, comma. Country.
So we said that for you to select the whole column, you
Yes,
go
sir.
to cell A2, delete
Cell
first of all, up to sum if, delete that up to sum if, delete if the data, yeah, open your parentheses.
That is
So you go to A2,
A2.
no, select A2 in the data view, not typing A2. So select A2.
That's comma.
And then, no, don't put a comma. After selecting A2, Control Shift, drop down. Control Shift, drop down key on your device. Yes. So you'll have selected that, then comma. Comma, you go back to where you are typing the formula for you to select the country. For you to select the first country.
First
So you
country.
put a comma and go back to where you are typing the formula. The sheet that you are typing the summary.
This one.
You go to the sheet that you're typing the summary.
Then you select country.
No, the sheet that you're typing the summary, the sheet that you copied and pasted the pivot table country, unique country values. I don't know how you called it.
This one.
Can you go to it? Not
Oh,
data sheet.
the
Data
summary.
sheet. The other sheet. Summary sheet. Yes.
Done it.
First formula.
Because I cannot see if your screen is moving. I can't see if you moved to another sheet. I want you to go to another sheet that you are creating summaries. Not
This-
the data sheet. Not the data sheet where you pasted the
Oh.
unique countries.
It's here. It's on the cost formula here. Right here.
Am I the one who is not seeing? Please, colleagues, let me know. Screen is not moving. I think even Richard is also confirming that. You need to go to another sheet that is not data sheet. The sheet where you pasted the countries, the unique countries from pivot table sheet.
I copied from here.
I think you copied on this one for cost formula. You need to check on that
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Cost
yeah.
formula.
That's what, yeah, we are saying you to go, we are telling you to go there.
So this is the formula that is coming up.
Hello, Amos. Can you go to the sheet, the sheet you are referring you to?
It's the cost formula here. This one.
Go, can you go to it? Or am I the one who is not seeing if the screen is moving?
It's not moving. Just a minute.
Yeah, yeah,
We cannot see any movement.
we cannot be able to see that you are
Any
on a new
movement.
sheet. Can you go to even your pivot sheet where you,
The pivot is here.
but your screen is not moving.
The screen is not moving.
We cannot see the cursor, we cannot see the screen moving because it is still just where we stopped.
Just a minute. Oh yeah. Stop.
You stopped sharing.
Yeah.
But
I'm
I think you are sharing. We are seeing. Yeah,
Yeah.
but we cannot see if it's changing.
Because on my side I can see them.
What? Okay.
It's here.
So can
Just a minute.
stop sharing and then share again.
Okay,
Stop
that's
sharing and again share because now, yeah, stop sharing and share again. Hope Faith, you are ready. We are going to see how we can be able to populate that, and then in the next session, we will be able to build the entire dashboard that is interactive, that is dynamic, that can be able to help us interpret data not from the tabular form. So share your screen, Amos. Okay. Okay. Now you can go to your Excel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go to the, there is where we wanted you to be.
Yeah.
So once you have selected the range for the country, you provide the criteria. So the criteria, you select the first country, which is India.
This one.
Yeah, and then you put comma, and then now you select the sum range. The sum range for the cost. Are you doing cost or you're doing revenue?
Cost.
Yeah, so go to cost. Yeah, so Faith is not ready, so I need someone else to lead us that, who is of a different gender, to lead us on the revenue. Let me see. Eunice, don't leave the call. Eunice Wambui, don't leave the call. Yeah, so once you have that, yeah, that's how we populate for the revenue. So you can compare that. I think there is something wrong with your data. I don't know if you locked your your ranges. Can you check the value for the pivot table? Don't stop sharing. Don't stop sharing. Can you check the values for your pivot table if they are the same as the values for your formula? Check the values, for example, India. If it is having the same values like the ones you have for the pivot. So do you see that value? Is it the same for all the other values, like 25, 8 for 18 for? Don't stop sharing, Amos. We wanted to help because I think that data, if you did not lock the range, if you don't lock the range for your data, it will be able to unpopulate data incorrectly. So you have to ensure that you lock your range, and then everything can be okay. So locking your range, that means you're making your cells range absolute by putting the dollar signs. You can do that easily by going to the range of your data and press on F4. Go to the range, press F4. Yeah. So Amos, I think that you have a challenge with your background, so you can just mute. Okay, thank you. So Eunice, can you show us the last part? Eunice, can you share your screen and show us how we do that for the revenue? And then in the next session, we are going to build an interactive dashboard for the same. We are going to combine everything and be interactive. So Eunice, if you are in the position, you can share your screen. If you're not in the position, you can also let us know. But once you share your screen, of course, we will be able to guide. We'll be able to guide you. We'll be able to guide you. So Mercy, can you finalize that? Because I don't see if Eunice is with us, is talking. Maybe Mercy, you can finalize that part. So that's
Okay, which one are you saying?
revenue, country and revenue.
You want
Populate
me
the
to share
total.
the screen?
Yeah. So you reshare your screen. Please remember to give your feedback in the chat section so that we can be able to send you the assignment that you're supposed to work on ahead of our sessions, our next 2 sessions. We have 2 sessions ahead. of us. We are on week 3 of 5.
Okay, which one were you saying? Confirm if you can see my screen, please.
Yeah, we can see your screen. So we request that you help us populate profit, not profit, revenue, and the country per revenue per country, revenue per country.
Okay. So I'll go to I need to create the pivot table.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Create the pivot table. Yeah,
Okay.
from the data tab.
So I need to select anywhere from this data table. Then I go to insert. Then I go to pivot table. Then I can see it has selected table 1. Then this one for the new worksheet. So I click OK. So I now have my pivot table. So you were saying I select revenue and where?
And country, we want to see country revenue by country.
Okay, so I will drag this country to the row labels. Then for the revenue, I drag it to the value part, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So what I need to do is to select this data on the row, the column A, and then I copy. Once I've selected, I copy. Then I paste on another sheet. Let me just rename it revenue. Do I name it country or what?
Just rename it country. If you don't have a sheet called country, you can just rename it country, and you can put there everything for country. Yeah.
I mean the title for this, maybe for A1.
Or the
Should I
title,
rename it?
just yeah, name it country, because under it we are going to populate countries. Yes.
Okay, country and revenue, or country and what?
Yeah, and revenue.
Yeah. So I copied the data. I copied. I paste it here.
Yeah, you have to copy again.
I think I
because
need to
you-
copy again because I did
Yes.
another thing. Mhm.
Then use sum if now. You can now use sum if.
Okay, so I need to use equals, right? I type the equals
Yes, yes,
sum
yes.
sum
Proceed,
if
proceed.
sum if. Then I open the bracket. Then I go to this data sheet. So we need to select the revenue, right? So I go to cell what? I can't see cell D2.
Yeah, click anywhere. Yes, yeah, like that.
Then I press Control Shift and then the drop down on my screen to select that entire data on that column D. Then I copy. Then I need to put the comma on that on the formula. Also, I've done, I think I need to select arrange. Now the country, right?
Yeah, is that plus in between revenue and
No, no. Revenue
and data something? That range
and
for
if
the revenue?
it's comma, it's comma.
No, before. before
Oh,
that.
yes, yes, it is plus. I don't know why it is having a plus sign.
Yeah, remove it.
Okay.
Put a comma because we start with selecting the range and then the
Okay.
criteria.
Okay.
Uh,
Criteria is A2, right?
no, criteria, we start with criteria, which is A2, yes, which is India.
Yes.
So just remove that, just delete everything
I
there
think
and
let me
select.
just rewrite
Yes.
the formula.
Okay,
So I need to type equals, then sum if,
yes,
then I open the bracket, then I
yes,
go to the data sheet, right?
yes,
Then I select the revenue part, the one which has revenue
yeah,
column. Let me just go to the top.
yeah, scroll up to the top. So you
So
start with the country, not the revenue. You start with the country
can't.
because that is the range.
Okay, okay, okay. I think that's where I
After
missed.
that, you put a
Then
comma.
comma, right?
Yes,
And then I
because it
go
has
to,
already selected. It
okay,
has selected only the row. We want it to select everything for the column. So delete that, delete that, delete that, delete that. So select cell A2 and then Control Shift drop down. Where you are, just where you are.
I just want to go back again.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
A2, then Control Shift and then drop down,
Yeah.
right?
And then now,
Then
yes. Then now
I
you
put
put
a
a comma.
comma, right?
Yeah.
Then I go to revenue, right? Or I go to which
No,
cell? I go to the
no.
cell.
Just go to where you are typing.
Criteria, right?
Go to where you are typing. And then now select the India. Yes.
Okay.
A2. And then comma.
Comma.
And
I
then
go
now you
to,
select from the data, you select the column known as revenue.
okay.
I think also naming your columns is also good because you see now it is confusing you.
Okay.
The name of the column is confusing you because you want also to include revenue again. So
Okay.
select D2 for the revenue, which is revenue is D2.
D2, yeah.
Control Shift, drop
Drop
down.
down. Okay.
Yeah, and then close now. Close
Okay.
that. So once you have this, once you have your data in table, you don't have to lock your ranges because your range are already detected as a table. So you see it is selecting the whole column country, selecting the whole column revenue. So you don't have to lock your ranges. But
Yeah.
if you don't have your data in table, you have to lock your ranges to make them absolute so that the table ranges don't change when you
Oh.
drag down from India to other cells. So just drag
Okay.
that down. So drag that down. Yeah, so that way. So that's how we do that. So I want us to that marks the end of our session.
So should I stop sharing?